But the story that's breaking at the moment, Donald Trump has now claimed on his social media site, Truth Social, that America's deal with China is done. That's right. Trump says, and I quote here, "I&G will give final approval." According to the US president, China will supply rare earths and the US will allow Chinese students in universities. Trump says we get 55% tariffs, China gets 10%. So the claim is that Donald Trump claiming that US and China have made their first positive move towards a trade deal. Now, what does this really mean? What are the implications of a US-China trade deal? Joining me now is Karishma Asudani. Appreciate your joining us, Karishma, from Business Today. Karishma, there's been much talk of backroom negotiations between Beijing and the United States over a trade deal. Is that deal now likely to happen? And if so, what are its implications for India and the world?
Well, Rajdeep, the standoff has clearly come to a point that both the countries now, Beijing and Washington, are calling calling their truce off and looking forward to a trade deal. And it is much on the expected lines, because you see it's two major industries that have got impacted, with China and the US being on loggerheads. And not just that, it's been a major disruption of global supply chain. Now, big opportunity here is not just for the automobile sector or the semiconductors or the mobile manufacturers, but it's also for India. There still stands a silver lining for India, because this is a big opportunity for us to be China +1. In the current situation, that is, where the conversations and dialogues have still been going on, the importance of manufacturing in India has been upscaled, not just in Southeast Asia, but also US looking at us as an important partner. But with China coming back into play, the US is looking to solve its short-term crisis, while it is still looking at us to have dependence in the longer-term goal. So US and China coming back together is definitely a big green signal for global supply chains to get normalized. Expect tomorrow Asian markets to open with a big bang boom. In fact, Dow, if you see just a while back, also opened positively, which indicates that the markets were expecting this and were in need of it.
Right. Karishma joining me there, clearly suggesting that this could be a big boost for all markets, particularly in Asia. It could also mean, of course, more opportunities. Maybe the worst of the tariff war could be slowly coming to an end. Remember, the pause that Donald Trump had put on his original tariff plan was till the first week of July. But now Donald Trump announcing at least the first sign of a possible trade deal with China.